Welcome back, everybody. Last weekend, a lot of people got out in the yard and started prepping for the garden for spring.
Yep, no matter if you plant vegetables or flowers, Friends of the Morning Blend, Denise Kaderabek, had the opportunity to tour Shady Lane Greenhouse in Menomonee Falls, where they have a huge variety of both. Take a look.
Heidi, we're kind of in the middle of growing season right now, and I know there's some tips that you have to really make your plants bloom.
Correct.
And one thing that's important, let's start it off with feeding the plants.
Feeding the plants. We fertilize in the greenhouse, so the plants that leave here are healthy and blooming, that they have a really good start. But it's just as important to continue that feeding process. I know a lot of people start out good and then they forget, but even if you forget a couple weeks, that's fine too. What you could do is just add it to your watering can or your sprayer, and then as you water, you're also feeding your plants. A liquid fertilizer is also taken up a lot quicker by the plant material.
Let's talk about what plants are kind of trending right now.
Well, anything edible seems to be trending, and we can plant our own tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce. We have a couple lettuce bowls ready to go. So this whole thing is edible.
This is beautiful. It's edible, and you can harvest it, cut it down, chop it up, and it's going to keep growing for a little while, a couple, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
3-4 weeks, as long as you take good care of it, water it.
Let's talk about these delightful, colorful plants.
Oh my goodness. Well, these are just great. These are a lot of foliage is in. So mixing flowering plants with indoor foliage.
Are there any flowers that are in particular really popular?
Geraniums are always going to be popular. Very hardy. You cannot go wrong with a geranium. You know, semi-shade to full sun. They can take a lot of abuse. Gerbera daisies are always popular right away at the beginning of the season because they have so much. Their flowers are happy.
And different colors.
And different colors, right?
Know,
you can mix them in. Violas. These are actually edible violas. Long blooming in a semi-shady spot. Any of the herbs can be mixed in, so we have some basil. Right?
That smells fantastic.
Parsley, and a combination with this and flowers, you can have the best of both worlds in a pot.
So you're a fan of putting plants in pots and containers, but also some people still love gardening and putting the seeds in the ground and watching them grow. So what do we have here?
We have a nice selection of peas, and any of the pea selection that we carry, they come up really fast, they're big producers, and who doesn't love peas from the garden? This is a fun hobby to have, gardening, so, you know, we will take all the worry out of it for you.
When you first walk into Shady Lane, you're greeted by a lot of plants, but also a lot of decor, a lot of gift items, which is going to be perfect because you have the Mommy Market coming up May 11th, and Mother's Day is May 12th. So what have you got going on for kids to really give their mother a great present?
Well, they have an opportunity of planting a little purse for Mom. We let them have a selection of plants, and the girls are going to help them plant this up for Mom. They can decorate the outside, and if they want to, they can always buy a little extra and decorate it.
To put in there,
to put in there for Mom.
And they can pick out the color purse they want.
Yes.
And then you mentioned these cute things. These are sun reflectors, and they just look really cool, don't they?
And if Mom doesn't like to water, you can get her a little...
Just those, right? And you also have other little knickknacks like that you can put in your plants. That's so cute.
Little glass.
So tell us about other gifts that maybe would be available for Mom.
Well, if Mom likes cocktails, you can always get her a little cactus cocktail, right? These are filled with little succulents, very easy to grow, very low water requirements.
So you don't have to worry about watering this too much.
Not at all.
A little bit.
And they're just as cute as can be, and they decorate any little spot that you have at home.
And this, I think, instant gratification, that's what you mentioned when you see this plant. This is called what?
This is called a Dahlia. And it's in a pot, ready to go. You can just give it as a gift. We can put a bow on it for you. You just set it on the front porch as a surprise for Mom. Give it to a neighbor, grandma.
It's gorgeous. I want one myself. You got pillows, and you got some tools too that maybe Mom could use.
Well, if Mom is a real avid gardener, one of my favorite tools is this garden knife, because we really do have difficult soil to work up in our area.
Right.
So this has a nice blade on the side, a nice sharp point, so she can
really
get in there.
Help you get in there.
Right.
Okay. And same with this. It's got a nice sharp point.
Nice sharp point, easy to use, planting.
What are some other things you have on the floor?
Well, we have little pinwheels. We have nice house plants if Mom likes house plants and doesn't do a lot outside. Nice hanging baskets for outside flowering and non-flowering. So there's just a lot for Mom here at Shady Lane.
Right, absolutely. Okay, well, thank you so much, Heidi.
Thank you.
that pretty? All right, again, make sure you visit the Mommy Market at Shady Lane Greenhouse this Saturday, May 11th. They're going to have a variety of classes and workshops all morning long. Shady Lane is located on Shady Lane in Menomonee Falls. If you've got questions, you can always call them, 262-251-1660, or check them out online at shadylanegreenhouse.com.
And don't forget, as always, Shady Lane will have the train running. It's a huge hit with kids and adults too, so a fun place to check out this weekend
huge.
for everything you need in the gardening and outside too.